Gettin Geeked starts now.
Gettin Geeked. Gettin Geeked. Gettin Geeked with Downey Allen. Gettin Geeked. Gettin Geeked. Gettin Geeked with
What
Downey
is good,
Allen.
everybody? Comic-Con, it happened. Things happened. Marvel Studios. Wow. Russo brothers were in fact confirmed for Secret Wars. Also, Kang Dynasty got turned into Doomsday. Not only did they announce Doomsday, they announced Doctor Doom. Not only did they announce Doctor Doom, they announced Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. A lot of people, like half the fan base, they're upset. Why is Doctor Doom? Why is Robert Downey Jr. going to be Doctor Doom? He's already Iron Man. His face is synonymous with Iron Man. And the other half of the fans are saying, "Oh wow, Doctor Doom. Only a great actor like Robert Downey Jr. can portray Doctor Doom." I am kind of in the middle. I understand like the hype and the pop from the audience when Doctor Doom came out on stage and he took his mask off and it was Robert Downey Jr. Who is not going to cheer on Robert Downey Jr.? Fact of the matter is, he's Iron Man. He's Iron Man. He's a staple of the MCU. So yeah, it's going to be a gamble to see him as Doctor Doom. He is a wonderful actor. Nobody is denying that. He's an amazing actor. Will he be able to split himself into that duality of Tony Stark and then Dr. Victor Von Doom? Because they specifically stated he's going to be playing Victor Von Doom, not a variant, a Tony Stark variant. He's going to be playing Victor Von Doom. And then, you got all these other channels going all over the place saying, well, he could be a variant, a Tony Stark variant that turns into Doctor Doom, and Doctor Doom's going to take over Tony Stark's body and all this. I'm like, that sounds really convoluted. And they might do that. We'll have to see. I'm just not too thrilled with that idea. I think somebody like Cillian Murphy would have been a great Doctor Doom. People wanted Henry Cavill as Doctor Doom. There's tons of actors that could portray Doctor Doom. So bringing back Robert Downey Jr., they did it for a reason. And not only is Robert Downey Jr. coming back, the Russos are going to be directing him. So yeah, that was the biggest announcement at Comic-Con this past weekend. We also got our first look at Fantastic Four. Nothing was available to the public. A teaser trailer did get leaked. I may have or may not have watched that. And I think it's fine. They officially start filming next week. So I'm not sure if what we saw was going to be actually in the movie. It kind of seemed like they already started shooting it though, because a lot of the effects were done. The cast looks fine, Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic looks cool. We haven't seen The Thing yet. We haven't really seen anybody like in action with their powers. Just saw the cast. So yeah, I'm optimistic for a Fantastic Four. I've never really had anything wrong with any of the Fantastic Four movies in the past. So just because like the Fantastic Four aren't really my favorite team. X-Men, obviously my favorite team. So, what do you guys think about the Fantastic Four cast reveal? Technically, the teaser, they brought out a drone version of like the Fantastic Four mobile. I don't know what it's called. They were riding around a drone. Yeah, and then we get that Doctor Doom announcement. Will Robert Downey Jr. be in Fantastic Four as a teaser? Like, there's a reason why they announced him just a week before they start shooting Fantastic Four. I'm thinking he might have like a post-credit scene. Is he going to be a part of that Fantastic Four universe, or is he going to be 616? There's a lot of questions that they left us with, of course. Other news from Comic-Con, we got Thunderbolts. Everybody came out on stage, and only person that was in the costume was Red Guardian. David Harbour came out in his Red Guardian outfit. Sick. Harrison Ford hulked out on stage. Well, he, cornball shit. I'm kind of, yeah, I'm a little bit more hyped for Thunderbolts than Captain America 4, to be honest with you. I don't remember if Harrison Ford came out with Thunderbolts or Captain America 4 now that I think about it. It might have been for Captain America 4. Because we know Red Hulk's going to be in Captain America 4. That doesn't mean I'm more excited for Captain America 4. Thunderbolts is more of like the B Team Avengers, like the Suicide Squad version. I'm just more interested in like that ragtag team. And Captain America 4, it just seems more like a Winter Soldier side of things, which is cool. It's just been done before. And they reshot the movie twice, so there's a lot of turmoil going on in that set. Will we accept Anthony Mackie as Captain America, knowing that Steve Rogers is Captain America? Yeah, it's just one of those things, man. Like, what are you gonna do? You're either gonna accept him as Captain America, or you're not. I don't think this movie is going to change your mind about that. So. What do you guys think about this Comic-Con news? Doctor Doom announcements, Robert Downey Jr. Secret Wars, Doomsday. We got the Thunderbolts, Captain America 4. That's like the only thing that really got announced for Comic-Con. Nothing really big was announced besides those things. This is a pretty mild Comic-Con, I must say. I was expecting a bigger slate. Probably because... was it 2 years ago? 2 years ago, Marvel announced their whole slate with Kang Dynasty, Quantumania. They announced their slate for the next 3 years, and they really just botched it. Jonathan Majors really screwed everything up for everybody. And then they had to backpedal to the Russo brothers. Like, listen, man, you guys are the safe choice. Robert Downey Jr., people love you. Come on, be our Doctor Doom. You know, you're gonna save the day for us. And people are obviously going to love it. Some people aren't going to love it. It's just one of those things that Marvel likes to do. They take risks, and sometimes those risks don't pan out. So they go back to the safer choice. You know, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Especially with the success of Deadpool 3, Deadpool and Wolverine this past weekend. Over $200 million worldwide. Biggest opening for an R-rated movie. Smashing records. The film was amazing. I've only seen the film once. I'm going to see it again. I liked it. I think there was a good balance of humor and like the drama, because Wolverine is always in a bunch of drama. He's always brooding. He's like the Batman of Marvel. He's brooding. Deadpool's trying to save his world, like, again. You know, Deadpool 2, he just saved his whole fam, all his friends, and now they're in peril again. This time the entire world's in peril. Without going into any spoilers, those of you who have not seen the movie, all the cameos were sick. They actually had some purpose. I'd say the second act dragged just a little bit because there was one set piece, and they wanted to utilize that because they were actually on location. So that made a lot more sense that they were actually going to get their money's worth while they were filming on location. So that second act drags just a little bit, but it drags with cool things. Like, the characters are awesome in that second act. Third act was even just boom. Like, with Wolverine, there's a fight sequence, without getting into spoilers, there's a fight sequence with Wolverine and Deadpool. It's a one-take shot. Amazing. It rivals like the Daredevil one-takes in the hallways. It's like that. It's what we've always wanted to see. And, you know, people are going to nitpick all these all these little plot lines, like, with anchor beings, like I said, without going too much into spoilers. They get into timelines, and I'm just really happy that Marvel Studios put a cap on the Fox universe, and they really paid tribute to what came before it. Fantastic Four, old X-Men. You know, it was announced over a year ago that Elektra was in the movie. Jennifer Garner's Elektra was in the movie. So, and then, listen, we already knew Blade, it was in the movie. Wesley Snipes posted it on his Instagram. And we got Channing Tatum as Gambit, finally. His canceled movie never happened right before Disney bought Fox. his movie just got canceled, and he was never Gambit. He came out on stage with his Gambit shirt with the rest of the cast, the younger cast of the X-Men. They were a few weeks away from shooting the movie, and then Disney bought Fox, and that whole thing just ended. And the fact that they brought him back just to kind of give a little redemption to that, because that sucks, man. You put your all into developing a movie into the character, and then it just doesn't happen. It's the same kind of thing that happened with Nicolas Cage's Superman. Just giving him a little cameo in The Flash, just to kind of give a little tribute to him. I really respected Warner Brothers for doing that. The same thing with Marvel Studios. Kevin Feige, he was a producer on those first X-Men movies, so it's not like he's a stranger to those films. The fact that he just saluted the old school movies, as a kind of a transition period, like, listen, we respect what you guys did, and now we're taking the ball and we're going to run with it, and we're going to do our thing, man. And for those Marvel fans that have been around for the last 20, 40 years, with the first X-Men movie, Blade, Wesley Snipes back in like 98, I think, 97, 98. We know you guys are there. We know you guys are still watching, and here's one last ride with these guys. And I really appreciated that, because I was really upset when Disney bought Fox, and they were saying they're going to reboot everything. In the last 20 years of X-Men movies they're not going to be canon, and none of that stuff counted. And I just thought it was really shitty for the fans that invested time and money and just sweat equity, like putting money in time into watching these films and buying the collections and going to the movies for the last 20 years. So the fact that all those actors got to come back for one more time, at least one more time, fingers crossed they come back for more stuff. Secret Wars. And then they did that with the Sonyverse too, with Toby and Andrew with No Way Home. The fact that Marvel Studios is just respecting what became before they're going to transition into their versions. Thanks, Kevin Feige, for doing that. It means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to the fans all over the world. They love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and they didn't think they could see anybody else as Wolverine. But seeing Deadpool and Wolverine, we did see a different version of Wolverine, and I think people are going to start to lighten up on that and accept another iteration of that character going forward. What did you guys think of Deadpool and Wolverine? I just think it was a great. Not only was it a great capper for the Deadpool trilogy, it was just a great capper for the Fox universe. And even going forward, if they want to use Deadpool and Wolverine, they still can. The multiverse is very vast. So, what did you guys think of Deadpool and Wolverine? I give it a solid 8.2, 8.5 out of 10. My only real nitpick I had with it was sometimes the fighting choreography was a little quick-paced. That's why I like Zack Snyder's movies, because he really slows things down and you get to see every little shot. And I'm not saying there wasn't those kind of shots in this movie. Just a couple of scenes were a little rushed with the fighting sequences. A lot of characters doing a lot of fighting, and I really wish they would take their time and kind of slow pan everything for certain scenes without getting too much into spoilers. Even though I just gave away a bunch of cameos, I didn't really spoil too much of the plot, because by now you guys are gonna know who's in this movie. If you're watching stuff on YouTube, if you're watching stuff on the internet, if you're on TikTok, Twitter, or X, you're going to know who's in this movie. I was spoiled Thursday night, Deadline Hollywood. Wesley Snipes himself posted a video from Comic-Con saying, yo, I'm in the movie. I'm like, all right, well, they don't care. It didn't ruin my enjoyment of it, because it was rumored months ago that he might be in the movie. So, anyways, Deadpool 3, what do you guys think? Gettin Geeked. We talked about Fantastic Four, Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday, the Russo brothers coming back for Doomsday and Secret Wars, Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, dude. Like I said, man, I am like on the fence. I kind of wanted him to come back as an evil version of Iron Man, maybe, or just possibly another version of Iron Man in Secret Wars, because he is the hero in Secret Wars. Who's going to be your Avengers in Secret Wars if you have him as Dr. Doom? That means you're not going to have Tony as... You're not going to have Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark in Secret Wars. if he's already Doctor Doom. I doubt they're going to give him 2 roles in one movie. I just don't see that happening. So yeah, I'm curious to see how that's going to go. But that's for way down the line. Secret Wars isn't until 2027. Wow, that's a long time. Anyways, what do you guys think about all this Comic-Con news? Quick little podcast. Gettin Geeked. Comment below what you guys think. If you want to sponsor the show, hit my Cash App. Yeah, let's do it. I'll give you a shout out at the end of the episodes. We're gonna wrap things up.
Gettin Geeked. Gettin Geeked. Gettin Geeked with Downey. Gettin Geeked. Gettin Geeked. Gettin Geeked with Downey.